incantation or recitation of the verses or the names of Allah. So it is not only for, in fact, it is more for protection than aesthetics.
The turban itself tells who the bearer is.
His kind of turban tells you this is an imam, or this is a prince, or this is a title holder, and that. Anybody you see with two rabbit ear on his turban is a princely title holder, or even the emir.
One unique, valuable object of culture is the twin spear, which is peculiar to the Emir of Kano.
It is only the emir that uses the twin spears. He's the only one that wears the ostrich feather shoe. So he's the only one that uses bow and arrow to walk around.
Other symbols such as trumpets and drums are mainly for communication purpose. No doubt, Kano State has great potential for agricultural, land and livestock resources for economic growth. This is largely supported by the presence of large man-made water bodies intentionally constructed to provide adequate drinking water for the people in one way and to enhance agricultural development for food security on the other.
We have the Chidumwada water treatment plant, we have the Gari water treatment plant, we have Thomas water treatment plant, we have Kosalla water treatment plant, we have Turomawa water treatment plant, we have Motari water treatment plant, and so many others.
For years, due to combination of reasons such as population increase, non-functional operations of certain facilities in water supply ministry, attempt to provide people of Kano State with adequate drinking water is met with constraints.
All these water treatment plants, when we came in newly in June last year, all of them were down. The ones outside Kano were not working at all. But alhamdulillah, with the coming of this administration, I want to say it before everybody that all these plants are now working above 75% of their designated capacities.
Some areas have been without public water supply for a decade now.
A rana ina samun kamar naira 2,500 3,000. Ina yin sawo 7 8 duk sawo 1,500. Amma ya danganta idan haka kamar akwai ruwa wani lokacin ba zai wuce ba ma kai sawo 1 naira 500.
Well, of course, we believe there are some places now not accessing water, like Dakta, Brigade, and parts of Savonga, only access Savonga. We are now trying to increase the capacity of the pumping operation now. We are trying to acquire more pumping machines to add up to the existing pumping machines so that our water supply can reach far distances now within the Kano metropolitan area.
Irrigation farming practice is really a big approach for commercial agriculture. The need for incessant supply of water is therefore paramount. Farmers living within the watershed areas get access to available dam waters through canals to their crops. Depending on the scale at which they operate, easy access to water resources really enhances their operations.
These dams that they have a lot of water canals around there, for which water is channeled to these canals. People are irrigating the farmland, and we are obtaining food from this.
We're very much sure that all communities surrounding that areas are going to benefit. And one other important thing that we're looking at is the degraded lands, because when you have water conservation, farms that have been deserted for long, that are not in use, through that water conservation, it can prompt their use so that people can use them and earn a means of sustenance.
Agriculture as an important sector of the economy. There are presence of agencies that augment government effort to boosting farming for food security.
If you look at what we are trying to do, or where we are trying to construct some of this water conservation, you learn that they are very far away from the existing dams that we are having. So the first thing we do is to carry out the need assessment. Is there a need of activities like this? If there is, then we make sure that we do it. And one good thing about project like this is that we don't just construct the water conservation and leave. We make sure that we empower the communities around those spaces. We train them on the farming activities.
Every day, people struggle to earn income, either by selling goods or rendering services. In any case, the purpose is primarily to meet ordinary day-to-day domestic demands. However, the current economic condition in Nigeria is so hard that people struggle even more to increase their income in order to meet the daily increasing demands. Demands that have made them so much inclined to spending than saving.
For any individual or community or nation to develop, they must go into savings. It may be very difficult, particularly at times like this in Nigeria. But then you have to think about your future. Your future. If you really think about your future and reasonably consider the future, you will understand that you must force yourself, whether as an individual or community or nation, to go into savings.
These days, salaries cannot feed us. Let's be sincere, because when you talk of the high expensive of the life of today, salary will not take us anywhere. We need to have a side hustle, no matter how little it is. Even if it's going to cover just our transport to our working place, it's still something else. If it's covering your transport for your children to school, it's still a little thing. So we should have the habit of saving. It helps.
Banks are literally known for saving money and for granting loans to customers for execution of project and investment. They are in a way seen as agents that instill financial discipline into individuals and corporate bodies.
You have 10% of what you need, and the banks can give you a loan of probably even 90% of that. They want to see you making the effort of savings, and then they can help you by augmenting it.
However, one simple organization is today striving to match the performance of the conventional banks in a different and convenient fashion: the Adashi Cooperative.
We have both civil servants and business, small-scale business women, and even men among us. So most of the time, it's easier for us when it's a small cooperative, let me call it Adashi.
Saving through Adashi instead of bank is more convenience than saving in the bank, because saving in the bank sometimes is very tempting. You can be tempted to withdraw your money anytime, especially if it is not fixed deposit account that you cannot be able to withdraw.
Let's say 10 people are doing, let's say 20,000. At least per month you can get 200,000. Am I correct? So you get 200,000. If it is bank, you cannot go to the bank directly once and withdraw 200,000 without depositing it.
Through Adashi, one can save his little income.
A labaran nan ne yau za ku ji cewa masu ruwa da tsaki na kira da a inganta bincike da kirkire-kirkire a jami'o'in jihohi. Sannan sake sarrafa sharar gida na samun karbuwa yayin da masana ke inganta hanyar samar da taki. Alaikum, barkanmu da kasancewa labaran NTA. Sunana Misbah Hassan, ga kuma labaran daki-daki. Gwamnatin tarayya ta sake nanata alƙawarin samar da tsarin jin kai da kare walwalar al'umma wanda ke nuna gaskiya da kuma samar da sakamako mai kyau. Wannan yunkuri yana da nufin cimma nasarori da za a iya auna su tare da samar da hanyoyin fitar da 'yan Najeriya masu rauni daga ƙangin talauci. Ministan harkokin jin kai da rage talauci Bernard Doro ne ya bayyana hakan a wajen taron masu ruwa da tsaki na shirin Hope City da aka gudanar a Kano. Ya kuma jaddada muhimmancin yin amfani da hanyoyin da aka tsara don kaiwa ga waɗanda suka fi bukata da kuma samar da kariya ta dogon lokaci don rage talauci. Fatima Sanusi Karaye ta haɗa mana rahoto.
Shirin bayar da tallafin kuɗi na Household Prosperity and Empowerment Cash Transfer na da nufin tallafawa gidaje miliyan 15 masu ƙaramin ƙarfi a faɗin, inda kowane mai cin gajiyar zai karbi naira 75,000 a kashi uku domin inganta rayuwa da rage talauci. A wani taron masu ruwa da tsaki a Kano, ministan harkokin jin kai da rage talauci Bernard Doro ya tattauna kai tsaye da masu cin gajiyar shirin domin tattara ra'ayoyinsu.
Kayan suka tantance bayananka za su ɗau wannan kuɗi da ATM a nan da a kyauro a baki bisa a
Ministan ya bayyana cewa ma'aikatar na ƙirƙirar sabon tsari da zai mayar da tallafin jin kai daga na lokaci ɗaya zuwa tsari da ke ƙarfafa dogaro da kai.
Abun da yake zuciyanku game da wannan program ku gaya mana, domin zai taimaka mana a yayin da muke shirye mu sake yin wani program da zai ingantar da rayuwanku.
Daya daga cikin masu cin gajiyar shirin, Mariya Abubakar, ta bayyana yadda shirin ya taimaka mata wajen inganta rayuwarta da na iyalinta.
Na je na karba, na ji daɗi, ba bashi ba ne, kyauta aka bani nawa ne.
An kammala taron dai da sabon ƙudurin gwamnati na ƙara ƙarfafa aiwatar da shirye-shiryen don tabbatar da cewa manufofin sun haifar da ɗa mai ido. Fatima Sanusi Karaye, labaran NTA.
Bisa la'akari da yadda ake ƙara buƙatar bincike da ƙwarewa mai ma'ana, ya zama wajibi tsarin jami'o'in Najeriya ya sauya sheƙa daga matsayi na gargajiya zuwa cibiyoyin ƙirƙire-ƙirƙire, kasuwanci, magance matsaloli da kuma bunƙasa ƙasa. Gwamna Abba Kabir Yusuf ne ya bayyana haka a cikin sakonsa a wajen taron tattaunawar kwamitocin shugabannin jami'o'in jihohi na Najeriya da aka gudanar a gidan gwamnati. Abdullahi Mustapha ya haɗa mana rahoto.
Kano gida ne ga jami'o'i mallakar jiha guda biyu, jami'ar kimiyya da fasaha ta Aliko Dangote da ke Wudil da kuma ta Northwest da ke Kano. Jami'o'in guda biyu na karɓar bakuncin shugabannin hukumomin gudanarwa na jami'o'i mallakar jihohin daga jihohi 36 na tarayyar ƙasar nan. Taron dama ce ta nemo hanyoyin zamani na magance ƙalubalen da ke fuskantar jami'o'i, abinda gwamna Abba Kabir Yusuf ya bayyana a cikin sakonsa da cewa ya dace.
Ya yi la'akari da nuna cewa saboda zamani ya canja, to dole komai ma ya canja na tafiya da tsarin zamani. Kamar wannan al'amari na AI din nan da ake magana yana da mahimmanci a tsarin mulki da shugabanci.
Shugaban hukumar yaƙi da yi wa tattalin arziki zagon ƙasa, Ola Olukoyede, ya gabatar da kasida kan yadda za a amfani da kirkirarriyar fasaha wajen bunƙasa gudanarwa da kuma ɗaga darajar jami'o'i a ƙasar nan. Sarkin Kano Muhammadu Sanusi na biyu ya ba da shawarar samar da manufa ta ƙasa kan kirkirarriyar fasaha a Najeriya. Tare na samun halartar shugabannin gudanarwa da kuma shugabannin jami'o'i mallaka jihohi daga jihohi 36 na Najeriya. Abdullahi Mustapha, labaran NTA.
Ƙwararru a fannin kiwon lafiya na nuna damuwa game da rashin tsafta a wajen yin aski, inda suka yi gargaɗin cewa kayan aski irin su na'urorin aski, almakashi, mataji da reza da suka gurɓata na iya yaɗa cututtuka masu yaɗuwa idan ba a kashe ƙwayoyin cututtukan da ke tattare da su ba bayan an yi amfani. Murtala Abdullahi Hamza ya haɗa mana rahoto.
Yayin da ake ƙara nuna damuwa kan yaɗuwar cututtuka masu saurin kamuwa sakamakon rashin tsafta, masana harkokin lafiya na gargaɗi kan amfani da kayan aski da ba a tsaftace su ba yadda ya kamata a wuraren aski da gyaran jiki. Wani ƙwararre mai bada shawara kan lafiyar jama'a ya bayyana cewa ko ƙananan yankewa da ake samu yayin aski na iya baiwa ƙwayoyin cuta damar shiga jiki idan ba a tsaftace na'urar askin ba, kamar kilifar aski, reza da sauran kayan aiki bayan kowane amfani da su.
Rashin tsaftace abubuwa masu kaifi wanda ake amfani da su ga al'umma, musamman irin kamar su almakashi wanda masu yankan farce suke amfani da shi, da ita kanta aska wanda muke kiran su traditional barbers suke amfani da shi, wanda duk irin wannan rashin wato tsaftace su ta hanyar da ya kamata sukan iya jawo cututtuka da yawa.
Masana sun ce wannan ɗabi'a na zama barazana ga lafiyar al'umma, suna kira ga masu sana'ar aski da gidajen gyaran jiki da su bi ka'idojin tsafta yadda ya kamata. Haka kuma an shawarci kwastomomi da su rinka zuwa wuraren aski masu lasisi kawai waɗanda ke kiyaye ka'idojin tsafta.
Ana wani kilifa a yi treating ɗin kayan aikin kafin a fara aiki, a yi musu aski kuma mai kyau.
Ana ce a kone su ko saboda ɗaukan ciwo haka, idan kama mara lafiya za ka iya konewa, in ka kone kama wani ba zai ɗauki ciwon ba.
Masana lafiya sun jaddada cewa ƙarfafa bin ƙa'idojin tsafta a ayyukan yau da kullum kamar sana'ar aski na da matuƙar muhimmanci wajen hana cututtuka da za a iya kauce musu da kuma kare lafiyar al'umma. Murtala Abdullahi Hamza, Labarai NTA.
Labaran na zuwa muku daga nan tashar Nta Kano, lokaci da za mu karɓi wannan saƙon.
This is Portugal Resort, where fun meets serenity and adventure meets relaxation. A serene environment for leisure, corporate retreats, and schools excursion trips. Great unforgettable memories with family and friends at Portugal Resort. Cozy, spacious rooms await the duration of your stay with us. Situated at Minjibur local government area along Gezawa axis, just a few minutes drive away from the bustles of Kano city. At Portugal Resort, we don't just create fun memories, we deliver experience.
Barkanmu da dawowa, yanzu kuma labaran zai ɗora. Binciken baya-bayan nan yana nuna darajar tattalin arziki da muhalli da ke tattare da sharar gida, musamman ma sharar abinci, wadda masana suka ce ana iya sarrafa ta zama abin amfani ta hanyar sake sarrafawa da kuma yin taki. Masu fafutukar kare muhalli sun bayyana cewa ingantaccen sarrafa shara yana da matukar muhimmanci wajen kare muhalli, inganta ƙasar gona da kuma bunƙasa noma mai ɗorewa, musamman yanzu da damuna ke gabatowa. Hussaini Shehu Hussaini na da ci gaban rahoton.
Ragowar kayan tsirrai na da sauran kulla alaka da sinadarai masu saurin naukar da abubuwa a cikin ƙasa. A cewar Sani Isiyaku, ɗaya daga cikin mazauna birnin Kano kuma ɗaya daga cikin masu sayar da kayan itace, ya ce ya san ragowar kayan tsirrai a matsayin sinadaran haɗa kayan lemukan gargajiya, ba sinadaran hada taki ba.
Gaskiya ba mu san ana amfani da shi wajen taki ba. Mu iya nan kawai muka san ana amfani da shi.
Sai idan ya taso yana korar sauraka, a gina maganin typhoid da malaria da sauransu.
Ci gaba da ake samu a bangaren bincike ya daga likafar kayayyakin a matsayin sinadaran hada takin gargajiya ta hanyar waɗansu matakai.
Ka process da ake yi ba a nan za ku zuba, a'a gu ake samu a ware. In an bude gun sai a dinga tara sharar a gurin, sai ka zo ka tsince inorganic din, misali kamar irin su roba, irin su karfe, sai ka cire su daga nan su sai ka ba waɗannan nan sai su dafa kansu. Kuma akwai wanda ake ce masa wai shi a composting system ake kiransa Wilson process, wanda shi ake zuwa a zuba su a wannan abubuwan, aka zuba su sai kuma ka ɗauko ruwa ka ringa zubawa kana tonawa sai su riɓe, sun zama me, sun zama decomposed fecal matter, suna gudun sun riɓe, sun zama sun samar da wannan nitrogen kenan.
Wannan fasaha na buƙatar bin waɗansu matakai na kiwon lafiya.
Haka kafa a saka boot, because in kana amfani da kafa ka a buɗe, muna da faso ko a kafar wani, to wannan fasan akwai irin su Clostridium tetani, Clostridium wilchi and gas gangrene, suna nan a cikin wannan takin. To idan ka taka kuma za ka tako sai zo ya dame ka.
A yayin da damuna ke karatowa, masanin ya gargaɗi jama'a akan amfani da ba haya ta ɗan adam a matsayin taki. Masana sun yi kira ga jama'a da haɗin gwiwa don kare muhalli. Hussein Shehu Hussein, Labaran NTA.
Yanzu kuma sai labaran wasanni.
Tawagar kwallon kafa ta Barau ta doke ta Bichi inda ta lashe kofin hukumar kwallon kafa ta jihar Kano na shekara 2026. Aruna na jagorantar Najeriya a gasar duniya ta hukumar kwallon tebur na duniya. Anthony Joshua na shirin dawowa fagen dambe a watan Yuli a birnin Riyadh. Emmanuel Fernandez ya lashe kyautar ɗan wasan shekara na maza na tawagar ƙwallon Rangers.
Sai kuma hasashen masana yanayi da zai iya kasancewa gobe a nan Kano da wasu daga cikin biranen ƙasar nan. Kafin murfe shirin ga shawarar masana. Cikakkiyar lafiya tana nufin cikakkiyar lafiya ta jiki da walwala, cikakken hankali da kuma zamantakewa mai ma'ana, ba kawai rashin cuta ba. To duka-duka iyakacin labaran kenan, mu kwana lafiya.
On the news tonight, stakeholders push for research, innovation in state universities. Plus, organic waste recycling gains attention as experts promote composting. Good evening and welcome to the news on Nta Kano. I am Aisha Oba Ali. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to a more accountable, result-driven humanitarian and social protection system aimed at delivering measurable impact and creating sustainable pathways out of poverty for vulnerable Nigerians. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Bernard Duro, stated this at the Hope CT Stakeholders Engagement Program in Kano, stressing targeted interventions and long-term resilience and poverty reduction efforts. Fatima Sunusuk Arai completes the report. The Household Prosperity and Empowerment Cash Transfer Hope City is targeting 15 million vulnerable households nationwide, with each beneficiary receiving a total of 75,000 naira in 3 structured tranches as part of efforts to move beyond short-term relief towards sustainable livelihoods, economic inclusion, and long-term poverty reduction.
After they have screened the beneficiary, they will give you an ATM with the first payment in it. It is your money.
At a stakeholders engagement in Kano, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Bernard Duro, engaged directly with beneficiaries, integrating field-level feedback with policy refinement and program delivery.
Policies designed in offices must be validated in communities. We cannot rely only on reports or dashboards. We must rely on people, on their experiences, and on their realities.
The minister disclosed that the ministry is developing a new flagship framework to transition humanitarian interventions from one of support to a coordinated, system-based approach. A beneficiary, Maria Abubakar, shared her experience, highlighting the program's impact on household stability and economic survival.
It is not a loan. I was given free of charge, and at a time I was in need.
With this development, the federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthen implementation, ensuring the social protection policies translate into measurable outcomes at community level. In Kano, Fatima Sanusi Garai, NTA News.
And now on education, with the growing demand for relevant skills and impactful research, Nigeria's university system must evolve beyond its traditional roles to become centers of innovation, enterprise, problem-solving, and national development. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf made this observation in a message at the opening of the meeting of the Conference of Committees of Pro-Chancellors of State-Owned Universities in Nigeria, held at the Kano State Government House. Abdullahi Mustafa was there.
Kano is home to two state-owned universities, Aliko Dangote University of Science and Technology, Wudil, and Northwest University, Kano. The two institutions are jointly hosting pro-chancellors of other state-owned universities from across the 36 states of the Federation. The meeting provides an opportunity to explore contemporary solutions to challenges facing the university system, a development Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf in a message described as timely.
Higher education is being reshaped by rapid technological innovation, demographic shifts, economic uncertainty, and the growing demand for relevant skills.
Unlocking the potentials of artificial intelligence, university governance and ranking was the theme of a presentation delivered by the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede.
Effective use of AI tools in financial management in our universities will provide the following benefits. Number one, less reliance on manual-based operations, efficiency and accuracy in high-volume processes, faster response to data needs and other complaints, early detection of fraud and other malpractices.
This country needs a strategy.
Emir Muhammad Sanusi II advocated the development of a policy framework and strategy for artificial intelligence in Nigeria. The conference has in attendance pro-chancellors and vice-chancellors of state-owned universities from the 36 states of the Federation. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
And now to health. Public health experts are raising concern over poor hygiene practices in barbing salons and roadside hair cutting centers, warning that the use of unsterilized equipment poses serious health risk to customers. Experts say clippers, scissors, combs, and shaving blades can transmit infectious diseases when not properly disinfected after use. Murtala Hamza completes the report.
Increased concern over the spread of infectious diseases through poor hygiene practice. Health experts are warning against the use of unsterilized equipment in barbing salon and beauty centers. A public health consultant explains that even minor cuts sustained during haircut can expose customers to harmful infections when clippers, blade, and other instruments are not properly disinfected after use.
This equipment that we are talking about are those equipment that when we carelessly use it, it can end up in transmitting diseases from one person to another. That is communicable diseases or infectious diseases.
Experts say the practice poses a growing public health risk, urging barbers and salon operators to comply strictly with the hygiene standard. Customers are also advised to patronize only licensed salons that observe proper sanitation practice.
And the reason why we sterilize our clipper is to keep it neat, in order not to transfer the disease from one person to another.
We used to treat our clippers very well. We burn it, sterilize it very well, then our cover clothes and every other thing, face brush and whatsoever, we wash it every day.
Health professionals maintain that strengthening hygiene compliance in everyday service, such as Labarai, remain critical in preventing avoidable infections and protecting community health. In Kano, Murtala Abdullah Hamza, Nta News.
We'll go on a short break now. More reports when we return.
This is Portugal Resort, where fun meets serenity and adventure meets relaxation. A serene environment for leisure, corporate retreats, and schools excursion trips. Great unforgettable memories with family and friends at Portugal Resort. Cozy, spacious rooms await the duration of your stay with us. Situated at Minjibur local government area along Gezawa axis, just a few minutes drive away from the bustles of Kano City. At Portugal Resort, we don't just create fun memories, we deliver experience.
Thanks for staying tuned, and you're still watching the news on Nta Kano. Recent studies are increasingly highlighting the economic and environmental value of waste materials, particularly organic waste, which experts say can be converted into useful resources through proper recycling and composting practices. Environmentalists note that effective management of biodegradable waste remains critical to environmental conservation, soil improvement, and sustainable agriculture, especially as the rainy season approaches. Hussein Sheikh Hussein takes it up from here.
Organic waste, which naturally decomposes through microbial activity, is increasingly being recognized as valuable resource for improving soil fertility and promoting environmental sustainability. Sani, a fruit vendor in Kano who often disposes of fruit residues after market hours, says he was unaware that such waste could be converted into the compost manure.
I only know organic waste as an ingredient for making soft drinks, not as an ingredient for making manure. I know organic residues as an ingredient for making medicinal items, not for manure.
Experts explain that compost production involves proper separation of biodegradable materials and controlled decomposition processes to produce nutrient-rich organic manure for farming.
You need to build a ditch, small hole that you will be accumulating them. Today you have now filled your yam and just put it inside, or like after use some part of the material that you use, we have decomposed inside. So they will gradually, by turning, they will become totally decomposed fecal matter. That is what is called local manure.
They also emphasize the need for strict hygiene measures, including the use of gloves and face masks during compost preparation.
Don't use your bare hand in working with them because they contain microorganisms. Number one, as you are working, cover your nose because that inhalation of that odor, it affects people's health. And even our eyes, we don't be looking at them and don't eat them. And even you.
Environmentalists say effective waste management and environmental conservation require collective responsibility and active public participation to achieve sustainable development. In Kano, Hussein Sheikh Hussein, NTA News.
Let's now join our sports correspondent who is standing by with sports tidbits.
Barrow Football Club beats Bichi Forest Football Club to win the 2026 Kano Football Federation Cup. Haruna leads Nigeria at International Table Tennis Federation World Championships. Anthony Joshua set for a July comeback fight in Riyadh. Emmanuel Fernandez wins Rangers Football Club Men's Player of the Year award.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow, Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. And just before we go, remember, experts say health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And it's on that note we conclude the news. Thanks for watching.